It's been a busy week really leading up to the trade deadline. I think, we were aggressive in a lot of conversations, trying to improve the team. We always want to put this team in the best position to win a championship, but, ultimately didn't find a deal that had a net positive effect for sort of the short-term success of the team and the long-term, and those are both things we consider. But the work was put in. We all worked hard, spent a lot of time and talking to 29 other teams, had some good conversations, but ended up standing pat.
I'm sorry for the attire, guys. I was about to hit the gym and I saw my phone blow up with probably the stupidest stuff that I have ever heard so far, and I felt like it was time for me to make a video on it. I can't believe that this even warranted a video, because the Lakers somehow got even more dysfunctional after a trade deadline where all of us were assuming that they were unified in their goals for the rest of the season. So before we get to the content, we're giving away $500 to a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel. We're giving away another $500 to a follower of ours on Instagram, and make sure you check out the Laced Up podcast. We upload twice a week on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, guys, and what better gift to get that special someone than a pair of brand new kitchen knives? Now, you don't want to get any type of kitchen knives that these junky Amazon retailers are selling you, which is why I am partnering with Kamikoto Japanese Steel Kitchen Knives. Kamikoto makes great Japanese steel kitchen knives using traditional techniques from Japan. Each knife comes in a beautiful, heavy-duty ash wooden box that makes sure the knife is stored safely. I don't know about you, but I'm an idiot and I tend to mess up my nice things. But Kamikoto makes sure that doesn't happen to you. They have a variety of knives that are used by Michelin star chefs, such as the 3-piece Kanpeki knife set that comes with the Nakiri vegetable knife, the slicing knife, and the utility knife. And here's what's the most important to me. Each knife is individually inspected. Kamikoto is so confident about their knives that each knife comes with a lifetime guarantee. Honestly, I love the presentation of these knives. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait until my friends get to try them out when I have steak night with the boys, and the knives feel nice and balanced and comfortable in my hand. And right now, Kamikoto's having a huge Valentine's Day sale when they give you $50 off of any purchase you make on their website when you use my promo code TheFlightMike. That's promo code TheFlightMike at Kamikoto.com. And thank you, Kamikoto, for the sponsorship. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? For some reason, a lot of Laker fans are shocked at the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers weren't able to make a single trade deadline move. I don't know why that's so shocking. I guess we're used to having a history of pulling trades out of our ass. I mean, I'm talking about the Pau Gasol trade of, 14 years ago, where we were able to get Pau Gasol donated to us for a bunch of role players, some that were even retired at the time. Marc Gasol, who had yet to play a single game in the NBA, and it ended up turning our season around. And I guess we were hoping for the second coming of that. I guess we were hoping for some poor sucker to take on Russell Westbrook, which Russell Westbrook is already a different cascade of ridiculousness at this point, because I don't know if you guys have heard, Russell Westbrook apparently has back pain from his benching. Yes, it's actually a thing. You think I'm messing with you? It's a whole article. According to, CBS Sports, Russell Westbrook says that his back injury comes and goes. I'm not accustomed to sitting down for long stretches and getting up and then moving quickly. It kind of stiffens up a little bit. We're all assuming that this is a response, or at least him throwing shade at Frank Vogel for his recent benching. And a lot of Laker fans are wondering, why on earth is this man still on our team? First of all, the Lakers did do their best to try to trade Russell Westbrook before Buddy Hield was traded to the Indiana Pacers in another shocking trade that involved Tyrese Halliburton, Domantas Sabonis, Buddy Hield, Justin Holiday, etc., etc. Apparently, Russell Westbrook for Buddy Hield was discussed with the Sacramento Kings. The Lakers showed covert interest in discussing possible Westbrook deals early on in this season, like we also reported on this channel, but apparently the Sacramento Kings were not interested in trading Buddy Hield for Russell Russell Westbrook. I honestly can't really blame him. Buddy Hield is significantly more valuable at this point than Russell Westbrook. We thought despite the dysfunctional organization, the Lakers were at least unified with Rob Pelinka in his decision to not make any moves. I mean, Rob Pelinka wouldn't lie to us, would he? He doesn't have a history of lying to Laker fans, but according to Dave McMenamin, that wasn't necessarily how it went down. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Rob Pelinka aren't aligned on the fact that they shouldn't make any moves during the trade deadline. Check it out.
Things get interesting here where I am told from a source familiar with LeBron and Anthony's thinking is that that is, quote, totally false. That there was no conversation between Rob Pelinka, LeBron, and Anthony Davis on Thursday. There was no go-ahead of an okay to have inaction at the deadline. And so where things stand right now, that tells me that it's not just problems what you're seeing on the court with the Lakers losing 6 out of 8, but there's problems off the court between an alignment, as Rob Pelinka termed it, and his leaders on this team.
Okay, man, let's just cut straight into it. Anthony Davis and LeBron James are apparently mad at Rob Pelinka for not making any moves during the trade deadline. Bear in mind that it's well documented that Rob Pelinka wanted to trade for Buddy Hield this past offseason and potentially sign a player like DeMar DeRozan to go along with him, or a player like Kyle Lowry to go along with him. But Anthony Davis and LeBron James both pushed for Russell Westbrook instead and wanted a team that was pretty much them two, Russell Westbrook, and a team of players that were clearly past their prime, or players that just wanted to really play for the Lakers, like Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk. And as a result, we're in the situation that we're currently in. The Lakers clearly aren't doing well. They're 26-30 as a result of this trade. And it's so ironic to me that LeBron James and Anthony Davis could be annoyed at Rob Pelinka for not making a trade deadline move. I mean, what the hell is the man supposed to trade? His big trade acquisition this past offseason is being benched during the fourth quarter, who's also being passive aggressive towards his head coach, Frank Vogel, who is also playing the worst season of his career, clearly doesn't fit in with the rest of the Lakers. But as a double whammy, the fact that your third player isn't working out with your other two star players, your entire team is completely devoid of depth. As a matter of fact, the Los Angeles Lakers are down so freaking bad that they are hoping that Dennis Schroeder hits the buyout market so they could bring him back in a backup point guard role if he's bought out. That's how down bad the Lakers are. Now, it gets even funnier than this, man. I am absolutely appalled at the idea that Anthony Davis and LeBron James are mad at Rob Pelinka. I mean, besides the fact that the man has nothing to trade other than Kendrick Nunn, who hasn't played so far this year, a draft pick that isn't relevant for another 5 years, which, by the way, LeBron, enough, man. You sucked the Lakers of all of their assets at this point. You did this to yourself, man. I'm a Laker fan. I'm rooting for you, but you did this to yourself, dude. It's not our fault that you wanted Russell Westbrook over a deep team. You thought this was the team that was going to get you where you needed to go, which I'm personally really shocked about, because I would imagine that LeBron James would be smart enough to say, oh, Russell Westbrook can't shoot threes. Oh, Russell Westbrook is very ball dominant. Oh, Russell Westbrook isn't necessarily known as being a great defender and opt to be more of a student of the game, which he claims he is, and understand through his tremendous basketball IQ that the big three pairing of Westbrook, Davis, and himself wouldn't work. But unfortunately, he didn't see that. He put all of his eggs in the Russell Westbrook basket, and as a result, you have no right to be angry at Rob Pelinka. He gave you exactly what you wanted. He went into the trade deadline with absolutely no assets. There was no way a trade would get done between the Los Angeles Lakers and any other team. Now, as a result, we have to be realistic as Los Angeles Lakers fans. This team is either a play-in team or they're a team that is not even going to make it to the playoffs. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I am wrong. But at this point, we just need to be realistic. They bet on Russell Westbrook. It's kind of like going all in Vegas on what you think is a great hand. You thought you had pocket kings, but your buddy had a straight flush flush. There's nothing you could do, man. But unfortunately for the Los Angeles Lakers, it seems like they went all in on a pair of 10s, and every single other person they're facing off against has significantly better hands than them because they probably won't even make it to the NBA playoffs at this point. It sucks. You know, I really don't like the fact that we're relevant and we're wasting a year of LeBron James, but at least if you accept the fact that LeBron James put LeBron James in this situation, he got what he wanted, it didn't work, there's nothing else that could be done. Ultimately, what would be the ultimate FU to Los Angeles and the Lakers, and I don't think this is going to happen, but I posted this one meme of LeBron James looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers current roster. It would be hysterical if he somehow, some way found his way back on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's just a thought I wanted to put out there. All in all, I wanted to make this video just to let you guys know that there was no way that Rob Pelinka could make any move this trade deadline. It's time to be realistic, Laker fans. It's unfortunate. I wish it went a different way. Unfortunately, it didn't. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.